I hate to break the fishing news after Remchuk, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep.
All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
I'm a big fan, personally, of just throwing in old intros that people know.
I love the ones I'm not in.
All of them?
Mm-hmm.
Slash, you want to be?
That was a big
them?
Wanye one.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't you want to be in them? I thought you were upset that you weren't.
No, I'd rather not be in
It became a
any of the
thing
episodes.
where he was like never in them.
And mad. Like harboring a grudge.
Or just for the sake of the lane opened up to be mad at Tyler and you took it.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't
Yeah.
want to be in the intro of the podcast where arguably I've done the most episodes.
When I saw these 3D printed
see what's
logos in
happening
this
here.
office, I was like, oh, that's cool. When I saw the 3D printed bag milk picture of bagged milk,
Yeah, the jug's cool.
Yeah, you should put a bag. You
interesting,
should put a
man.
bag of milk in that.
It's fragile, though. I don't want to break it.
I was threatened by it. I'm like, if they can 3D print that, how long till they can 3D print you?
Only a matter of time.
I do think that it's a matter of, years, not decades, until there's just AI generated your Remchuk doing
Could
mods.
you get Chat GPT to try to do a Google search to find what you look like?
I've had ChatGPT like pull what it knows about me, and it was like a very standard like. It knew what ChatGPT knows what a Weathers Nation is, knows who I am.
Yeah, but does it know what you look like, or will it pull the guy from
I'll
LA?
ask right now.
You should get it to draw.
I hope it pulls
Isn't
the
it
guy
a very
from
long
LA.
waiting list? The minute you make a request, don't you have to wait for your turn?
No, it's like if you've
Well, it
logged in
depends
that
how.
day.
It
Some
depends
days are
how
over capacity.
Yeah, it
at
depends how
capacity
busy
right
the
now.
servers are. So like ChatGPT temporarily unavailable due to servers. So
Yeah.
I'll check.
I hope they pull a guy from LA.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So
Yeah.
fucking funny.
That guy's a legend. He doesn't
He's a
even know
legend.
it.
He has no idea. He looks weird. He looks like an interdimensional traveler. Something when you look at that photo of the guy seems slightly like an AI tried to draw a human at a hockey game. It looks
Phone
off.
going off?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Are you okay?
No,
I was setting you off.
Yeah, that really
Is that
does.
triggering?
I don't have that great of an attention span today. I'm exhausted.
Why?
Didn't get a lot of good sleeps this weekend, Jay.
Oh, okay. Why?
Birthday party, one of them.
You went home at like 5
Yeah,
p.m.
you
though.
left early.
Yeah, but my night didn't end.
Ooh,
What did you have to do?
romance stuff.
Where do you think I went after a handful of beverages?
Where would an energetic
went to the
drunk
casino.
Tyler
I went to the
Yaremchuk- Oh.
casino.
You could, but you left at like 5. You couldn't wait a little?
I went at.
We were like, Tyler, we want to go for dinner. Can't. Gotta be home now.
no. The way it worked, I used a great service that we had at our golf tournament.
Yup.
Triple D.
Yep.
The designated drivers. So
Yep.
at 5:15.
What's the third D?
I don't know.
Tyler parked at the Pine as if he was drunk.
Yes.
Okay, so when we do these events, we've always done this, even when you had the truck, Jay. You park the truck right in front of the Pine, right in front of the doors. So I park there, and as I'm parking, this guy like knocks kind of on the window, like gets close and goes, "It's a fucking sidewalk." And I was like, "Yeah." Like,
Well, to be fair, you were on the sidewalk.
I know.
You had to inch it
I
over.
had to inch a little
to the
over,
Pines,
and I was like, "Yeah, like it's an event." Like I was told to park in front, and he just kind of like looked at me and then walked away with his dog, and I was like, "Okay, sorry, man." Dedicated, designated drivers.
That wasn't his dog. That was his child.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fucking sidewalk. I was like,
Well,
yeah,
if you
like,
didn't know, you were parked like a major asshole. Like if
I
somebody
know.
didn't know,
Yeah. And we eventually moved
If you
it.
see a car though with logos all over it, it's obviously part of a grand plan. It's not just a guy who's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this company car and park it like an asshole for no reason.
That's why I tweeted out, he observes the rules of his ProServe designation, but not city bylaw.
Yes, that would be correct.
He did not take his bylaw exam, clearly.
I also, had a handful of beveraginos at the Nation party.
After you parked the car.
that
After I
Italian?
parked the car, yeah.
That's very clear.
So I used the dedicated, designated drivers who have been in, like I said, at our
Dedicated.
golf.
Oh, that's the third D. Dedicated.
Yeah. And it was awesome. So I called them. I didn't know what the wait would be like. So I called them at 5:15 and I was like, hey, like what's the earliest you could get my vehicle?
Oh,
picked
wow.
up?
I should have told you normally should call in advance.
I know. And
Okay.
they were like, oh, we are busy tonight, but there's an opening right that's coming at 7:15. Like we could squeeze you in there. And I was like, shit, well, this is the only way I'm getting my vehicle home tonight.
Yep.
So sure, I'm in. So I had to take that 7:15 opening. So I left the Pint at 7:15, just a little after.
I don't envy them. You know, a hard job is dealing with drunk people and scheduling.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
they're
literally what
all
they do.
They're all canceling, rescheduling. There
Yeah.
is not one Triple D I've booked that I have not tried to push even later.
Yeah. Yeah. The people are never ready.
They're never
Drunk.
ready.
Their shirts in the dryer,
Yeah.
Chalmers.
Oh, yeah. My shirt's always in the dryer.
The
Just
years
gotta
of
fluff it
my
up.
life I've shaved off waiting for Chalmers' shirt in the dryer. Just a sec. I have shirts in the dryer.
You got to have a crisp tee when you're going out to the
You
club.
looked good. Then and now. I'll
The
add.
shirt before the
T-shirt
shirt.
time. And I did it before Jersey
You
Shore.
did.
Yeah.
true.
When I
Yeah.
first saw T-shirt time, I was like, "Oh, like Chalmers does."
Yeah.
You were the
You knew once
predecessor.
you heard the dryer on that we were leaving within 20 to 25 minutes.
ish.
Chalmers was in his tank top.
He'd be like, yeah, he's in with his chains and his Kangol hat. But he'd be like, we're leaving in 8 minutes. I'm like, I'm looking at the dryer. It says 23 minutes left on the.
No, you just set it to 30 and you see how many you get.
Yeah.
Not a bad play.
Saturday was fun though, man. Like
It was a
that
lot of
place
fun.
was popping. We strolled in a little late. I was trying to be there for 2, didn't work. Got there at 2:30, me and the missus, and we walked in, and it was packed. Not an open seat in the house.
Yeah, you have an interesting perspective of this because the other three of us, me, Jay, and BM, were there from the beginning doing setup and all that. But you rolled in as the party was going.
It was going. We rolled in like literally at the end of the first period, and I walked in and the vibe was high because it was what was the score after the first? It was 2-1.
Yep.
So we were up. But everybody had been sitting watching the first, but then they had all started to get up and walk around. So it was, and there was in the back
to the
corner.
ice luge.
We go straight to the back corner. If you know the Pint, you know the back bar is, that's prime time location right there. Yep. On the back bar, what do I see? Giant Oilers Nation luge, like ice luge, right? Of course, Zach Lang there with Coombsy at the back bar pouring shots into the ice luge. People just haphazardly throwing their mouths on it. not just
Haphazard.
yeah. And they were just pouring whatever you wanted down there. So that was good, and people were lining up for it. That corner became a real hot spot for about 30 minutes during the intermission.
Every intermission, it just get
The
packed.
problem with walking in at 2:30 to a party that starts at 2 is I hadn't had a drink yet.
Well, 2:30 party started long before 2.
Party started long before
opened
that.
the doors at 12, and the first 10 minutes, I bet you the bar was at 70% capacity.
I was hoping to roll into a Bud Light, warm up the tires
line,
a bit,
bro.
Weave the track a tad. No, that didn't happen. It was immediately to the ice luge. It was immediate peer pressure to be doing Jaggers out of the ice luge. And then I get a beer, and then what happens? My boy, our boy, Alan Kramer, pulls out one of the nicest bottles of tequila I've ever seen that he brought from Mexico, specifically for this event.
Yeah,
Can we say this?
Is that story true?
he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does your pro surf think
He's-
of that?
Yeah, is that what you were laughing about? Yeah. This is
Why?
the
I don't get it.
serve.
I'm waiting for the pro surf police to.
We charge corkage.
Okay, so
Respect.
he
Well
sends
done.
me a text message before
gray
I'm even
area.
getting there. He shows me the bottle and he's like, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "I'm there in 5." And I go, "Great, we're gonna be walking into tequila shots." And sure as shit, he poured the
Down the luge?
whole bottle. No,
Oh, it was good.
a whole bottle into as many shots as you could and just started passing around.
Yeah.
This Don Julio, I think it's called Real something.
I got a picture of it.
Not a cheap bottle, and it tasted like
Yeah, it was
money.
good. It was smooth.
It was so smooth. People who didn't like tequila were doing it. Not even, you get that thing through your nose.
Because we drink
the
Cuervo
hot-
Silver usually.
Yeah, not good stuff.
Good tequila.
So that really ramped up the party in the back bar.
You said it was
And-
about
What's
like
that?
a $400 bottle of tequila.
He told you that's what it was?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I looked up how much it is if you want to try buy one of those bad boys now.
Yeah.
Higher than that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was 400
So-
in Mexico.
It might have been 400 USD then.
Yeah, Kramer treated us
Well,
right.
like $1,000.
Walking around in a Freddie Brathwaite jersey.
Signed.
He's
Signed,
signed.
yeah.
He's a goal. He was a goalie. I played hockey with him back in the day. We never played on the same team, but we both played for the Canadians.
Yes, everyone knows Fred Brathwaite's a goalie. So,
Yeah.
yes,
But
Alan
no,
Kramer's a goalie. Yes, sorry.
Alan Kramer's a goalie. So
Fred
to
Brathwaite's
wear
a
a Fred
goalie?
Brathwaite jersey, pretty fitting. I loved it. And he told me the whole story about how he met Freddie and got pictures with him, and Freddie signed it. And yeah, pretty awesome. Anyways, that really turned up the notch. Like it, I hadn't even eaten at this point. We're just.
I'm just gonna say it. It's a $1,250 bottle of
Oh
tequila.
my God, Kramer, what are you
That's
doing?
according to winesearcher.com.
Kramer.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Then you just
Well,
you
I
lied
did
to me
not
then.
know that.
Big snaps to Helen Kramer for bringing that because
Oh my
it was
Lord.
and sharing with us because it was delicious.
It was delicious. It was.
was
I think he bought it in Mexico to be fair, so hopefully that knocks
And he
it
said
down
he
a
had it
lot.
a couple of years ago. So
It was the best tequila I've ever had.
It was so
unbelievable.
good.
Yeah.
It was so
not
good.
even close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it made sense to pay the $50 corkage fee, right, Tyler?
Yeah.
I drank a lot of tequila on Saturday, but like I kept thinking about that one.
Oh yeah. Well, once you go that, it's
You drive it out to St. Albert.
That's
You stamp it. Then you bring it to the bar. That's $50 to uncork it, and then everything's legit with
you
process.
get the president JLC to kiss the bottle.
Yeah. He signs a letter.
that's something where every shot of tequila you do for a considerable amount of time moving forward, you'll be like, that would be a story of like, I also had
They
this kind of
all
tequila
taste
once.
like ass now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I've given a taste of the good
It
stuff.
kind of has ruined tequila a little bit because they're never. And I was telling him a story how I went to Mexico, and at that point in my life, 1942, which is a Don Julio product, it's a very expensive tequila. If you want to get a shot in Edmonton, it's known as kind of like it's a very commercial, very high class tequila, and. At that time, it was the best. But when I went to Mexico and I asked for a bottle at like a real Mexican tequila store, the dude basically, it was like I was trying to buy fine art and I had asked for like a Calvin and Hobbes pissing on an emblem. Like the guy basically laughed me out of the store.
The
And
reason
I-
why
it
we
was
hate
like,
tequila is because we've never had good tequila.
so
We're
I bought
always-
a couple
yeah.
bottles there, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the bottles that I bought there that were like authentic, you can't get them here.
Yeah.
Brought them home. They were nothing compared to this one.
Really?
So, anyways, very, very cool of him
ever
to
had
bring that
mezcal?
for us. I've had mezcal. I don't like the
Tequila's
mezcal.
angry cousin.
Yeah,
It's just smoky. It's like
it's
if
got
you're a
that
Scotch
peaty
guy and
taste.
you like
It's-
peaty,
Yeah, for sure.
you'd like mezcal.
yeah, and I'm not like that. Like it's more of a.
You're not a smoky guy. That's fine.
I'm not a smoky guy. So, but anyways, great time, and that turned it up, and then second period started, and fuck, what a good game!
Great
What a
game.
good game!
A great game to have a party for because there's lots of goals, some drama, but like the Oilers never had a stretch where they were playing so bad you were like pissed.
Yeah, the vibes just stayed high the whole time.
Yeah, you guys had a pregame bet on a player scoring a hat trick.
Wrong
How'd
guy.
that go?
Yeah, Evander Kane.
Wrong guy. Wrong guy.
Whoops.
I mean,
Like we weren't far off.
if you're gonna
Yeah.
bet somebody, you got to bet McDavid.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Well, we're trying to manifest 60 for the birthday party.
That's true. But man, to have Kane come back, like he hasn't really been feeling it lately, in the games he's been back. And so for him to get this one, I think is going to do a lot for us right now.
Yeah.
But
What's the stat, Tyler? Inform Chalmers.
He averages, I think this is in his Oilers career, he averages a hat trick every 9.5 games.
What?
That's incredible.
He has 6, right? And he only had 4 coming in.
Yes.
So if you just bet on him to get a hat trick every game, he pays 28-1.
Yeah. And
So
you're,
I feel like we've unlocked a hack.
yeah.
in his
money
last
hack.
49 regular season and playoff appearances, Evander Kane has recorded 5 hat tricks, one every 9.8 games
Good gravy.
from the Oilers.
Well, and then so I love being a part of somebody else's bets. I mean, with March Madness going on right now, you see a lot of things online where like just bets are being won and lost. But I was there standing next to JR when he said to me, okay, I've got this so far. I've got this leg of the parlay, but I need the third leg. And all it was a McDavid goal. Mm-hmm. How many minutes left in the third did he score? Not a lot. He took it to the wire on that one. Yeah. But just to watch it happen and be like, I don't know. You feel like you win a little bit then and there,
Hit my puck line. Hit my puck line and then hit my my Connor parlay.
So
very fruitful night.
Very fruitful. Big win. The Germans with a chant for every goal.
The Yamamoto one.
The Yamamoto one's mint.
Yeah, it's so good.
I hope he scores again.
I can't remember a single one of them.
Yama.
That's it.
Yamamoto.
I told him, I yelled at them. I'm like, you got to teach us them. They kind of were like, nope.
No, they want to.
I know they do. But it was.
We should record them doing it so we can keep them going.
I think Kennedy did get that. Mm-hmm. And the Devin Shore one's obviously a legendary one. And then they got a song. They've got a song too that they made for the trip.
Don't you feel just like I would consider us pretty active in the Oilers content space, given 100 random people you stop in the street. The fact they've written all these songs, are you just like, why aren't we writing?
But
and
like we're
singing songs?
legitimately starting. Like we're not. We that's trying to change behavior.
No, but it's impressive. That
I know.
So what they do, they sing a
just-
song about everything, and our thing is we buy 50-50 tickets.
Well, they got they look at everything through the eyes of like Beethoven. Like how can I turn this into a wonderful?
Beautiful.
One more thing about the party that might go unsaid unless I say it here. That party had the opportunity to die at a certain point due to a big red fire alarm that started going off. Now, the Pint is connected to a bunch of different buildings.
Yeah.
If one fire alarm goes off in the building, way at the
all
end of the
go
street,
off.
they all go off.
Party was lit.
So a problem that happened not in the Pint was affecting the Pint.
Yep.
Above the Yaremchuk table in the back bar was one of these red bells. And it was so goddamn loud that everybody in the whole area was just like, there was people covering their, like, it was bad.
My poor mother.
Yaremchuk, he goes and saves the day.
I took care of it.
Want to know how he did it?
Well,
he took
is it illegal for us to
Pro
say?
serve.
No, he took the shirt that I got.
Pro serve.
What's pro serve?
If you're deactivating a fire thing,
I didn't deactivate
He didn't
it.
deactivate
in
it.
a pro
He
serve
muzzled it.
He
environment.
muzzled it with a
He
t-shirt.
tampered it down,
And
we could still hear it.
the
We're still
applauded
alarmed.
dot rivaled an Oilers goal.
Oh, really?
Everybody was so pumped about it. And Tyler in his romper up there on a chair fixing the fire alarm.
Good job.
Hey, it
was a great job.
You didn't have to.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm glad you did.
Yeah, it does need some alterations.
It adds
needs
the
to be fixed
vibe.
up.
Where?
Yeah, I'm also wondering if I can make a request if I'm going to keep your romper check going through the playoffs, Chalmers.
Yeah.
Could we maybe take like
Yes.
a fanny pack or something and like stitch it onto like the breast or somewhere so I have somewhere to keep my phone
With
That's
like a zipper.
yeah, with a
Why don't you
zipper.
just rock a fanny pack?
I could just rock a fanny.
You could
pack.
put like
Yeah,
Boy Scout
that's the hack.
badges on it, and you could be like playoffs 2023 in your phone holster.
You could have pieces of flair on there.
Yeah.
The best part about this thing is it
flare.
can be added to.
Yep.
Anything you want. I'm not part of creative here. You are.
Trap door for the back.
You
of
just
it?
tell us
Like
what
a
you
onesie?
want.
There's a couple holes in that area already, so I always need to wear shorts underneath it.
Of course.
Also
Why, you used to go
hilarious.
nude?
How do you pee in it? Do you undo the whole thing right
Whole
down?
thing, yeah, and then I just kind of gotta like get it up.
Is it too tight to lift up one of the shorts? One of
Just like the bride.
You don't just hang it out the bottom of the shorts, your M-Chuck, and pee down there.
If I didn't wear normal shorts, and
The hell you could.
Yeah, we can do whatever you want to it.
Interesting. My favorite parts of the party.
You can even alter it for your wedding.
Yep. I can
Or
make
your
her one. We
funeral.
can get her one too if you want.
Whichever comes first.
A wedding dress style.
Burn me. He wanted it this way.
Met a lot of listeners that were really cool. Met a gentleman named Lee. I think a lot of people did. Zach had some good stories about him. But he is a big Oilers Nation fan.
The British guy.
Yeah, from overseas.
Sorry,
Came
the English
over-
guy.
Yeah, the English guy. He came to the party. He worked his work trip around like being here. And he talked to me about how his job has taken him to so many different areas that all his favorite teams, the teams he still follows, are kind of scattered. He's like, I'm a Sixers fan and like a Red Sox fan and like this and that. And he explained them all. And then he was like, but there's something about Edmonton, like Oilers fans. That's so cool. And he loves the nation. So shout out to Lee.
Shout out to you, Lee.
There was a gentleman named Michael, who actually is the one who sent in the photo hanging behind me of me cheering at the game. We got a chance to meet him as well. He came in from Vancouver for the party.
Wow.
Like his flight landed at 1 o'clock.
Oh, because he actually he slept through his first flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was devastated.
Yeah, there's lots of. I met Jakey Baby,
Oh, he's funny.
Jakey Baby, DJ Jakey Baby, and
He
then I
yelled at
met.
me. He was like, "You didn't wash the truck good enough." I was like, "Well, no, I did wash it, but then I had to drive it to the Pint. Like, it's obviously gonna get dirty."
You're like it's +4
I know it's a grind out there.
at the end of winter. That thing's not going to stay clean.
I could have washed
5 minutes
it
out
on
of it.
the curb at the Pint,
Yeah,
and it would have gotten
no,
dirty.
it'd have been
Get
splashed.
off the curb, you jackass.
Met Landon
Stop
too.
washing your car.
Landon, who's a coach of 19-year-old ringette girls.
Okay.
Yeah, so
thought she was there.
she likes my coaching talk. And we told Yaremchuk we need to do more coaching talk. And Yaremchuk said, nobody likes it. And I said, okay, fair enough.
Certainly outvoted on this specific podcast. No, I'm just giving you a hard
You
time.
just park
No, I
sighters
know.
across the front steps, walk up. Somebody, as you're walking in, is like, "Can we do this?" No. Pro serve. Subway.
Anyway, so yeah, successful birthday party. Happy birthday.
Yep. Jay gave a great speech.
The Grey Cup showed up.
Yeah, what was that all
hell?
about? Greatness attracted greatness? What was going
Devin
on there?
Shore showed up later.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, did he see the Grey Cup?
No, he missed the Grey Cup. That was just so like now it's like 2 hours after the party, so it's like the in between of like the party kind of winding down and the night kind of picking up. All of a sudden, this like big football player looking guy rolls in with this Grey Cup. I'm like,
Here it is, just like we were in an
I've
Uber.
never been in the same room as this thing, and of course, because the Germans are here, it just waltzes to them.
Ding dong, who ordered the Grey Cup?
I think Justin Lawrence of the Toronto Argonauts was the player who brought it in. I think that's what I
Was
saw
that
online.
to do with the party, or was that to do with the pint being amazing, or just
That one, I think it was Justin Lawrence's day with the Grey Cup from the Argos winning it, and he just happened.
And he
to,
wanted a cooler pop.
Yeah, he rolled into the pint with it.
Rick having his birthday the night before and then having to show up to the pint early.
his birthday being on St. Patrick's Day? too.
Yeah.
He's never had a birthday that wasn't just
I hope he got to
blind.
sleep in on Sunday.
I
He's
got
on a
to see
weekend.
Rick because I had to help get because the pint was like wrapped around, like the lineup was wrapped around the street, or around the corner. Sorry, and so I had to go meet the Germans there to get him in after the Oil Kings game, and Rick was well on his way.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, birthday, St. Patrick's
It was,
Day.
yeah, it was great.
But I do like it was. I left at 7:15. At like 5:45, like pretty quick after the game, he had his coat on and his sunglasses, and he came up to the bar because I was serving, and he was like, "No more fun behind the bar. I'm going home." And I was like, "I get that. That's all."
Pro serve.
Pro serve.
Pro serve.
Of course, I would never continue after if you were to leave.
Yes.
You pull out a rule book.
Then once you were told to relieve yourself from the bar, you could have your first beer.
Yep, and that was a great feeling after watching everyone do the ice luge all day and all that stuff. It was fun to finally partake.
Just went out and correctly 3-point parked my car completely normally and came back in and had my first drink of the day.
I
Pro serve.
want to shout out Frank, one of the Germans. He gave me a gift of a little beer stein.
To go on your Stein wall with your other Steins? Do
I am a Stein collector. If you have north of one Stein, you are a Stein collector.
you still have the Stein?
I have the Stein. I think you now have 5 or 6
Your M-Chuck Jay
Steins.
has a Stein so valuable that if he elected to sell it, we would he'd never work a day in his
You
life.
retire.
You know what has attached to it? The Berlin Wall.
The whole thing. Tip to tip.
A German Stein of the piece of the Berlin Wall. Think of what that's worth.
Probably a lot. Yeah.
There's only so many pieces of the
Would
wall.
you trade it for one bottle of tequila?
Don Julio Silver?
Oof, it's probably worth that level to me. Just fill it full of tequila.
You have 5 Steins.
I think so, yeah.
What do you got?
I got
Berlin Wall. Iceland Stein?
I got the Iceland Hornstein.
Yeah.
I got one in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I got one from the Pauliner bar in Brisbane. And then I've got another one that I did that's just a big mug, and then the one that I can't remember what's on that one, but the one
place that had the big Steins
yeah,
of beer.
yeah.
Oh,
And
that's a
then
good guess.
the one Frank gave me, and Frank's the guy. If anyone following on social media, that also gifted Gene Principe a Stein.
There's 2 reasons to get a Stein. You know, Chuck. 1, to retire, or 2, to commemorate a place you got shit-faced.
Makes sense.
You could be a Stein guy. Do you want to retire one day?
I do. Yeah, I could get into it.
You could be 5 Steins away
But
from a
all
plush
you
retirement.
did all party was just drink exclusively out of that Stein. So you had beers in there. We were drinking Olays
I had
and
Olay in there, yeah.
seltzers, and you had a bit of everything in that Stein.
I even drank from it at Japanese Village
Oh, they let you bring it
post
in?
game dinner.
That was great.
That was good.
Yeah, how was it? I had a bit of FOMO.
You should have. Fantastic. I think I ate all of the food in the restaurant that night.
Oh man.
20 of you rolled in.
Yeah, there was about 20 of us.
I can't believe they could fit you all in there.
Well, yeah, they wrapped us around 2 tables.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
That
it was good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, good. It's a good. If you got a squad, it's a good place to go.
I wish they'd be back in that old building.
I know.
It's not even doing anything. It's just sitting there.
I know. And they got kicked out of there too.
It was an
which is-
HVAC problem. It was like the HVAC renovation was going to cost more than the building because they had so many stations, right? And all the years of goo or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
a lot of goo.
So they're like, it ain't worth it for us to redo this.
A lot of goo. They should bring them back.
That building, it's like the Ghostbusters building. It's the best building. I love that building. Damn.
I have a bit of a testimonial. First off, people loved the swag bags we gave out at the party.
Awesome.
The draws all went really good, although there was 2 instances where someone won multiple times.
2?
Yes.
Jeez.
So people were kind of like, hey, and I was like, well, I mean, we were selling more tickets. Like the one guy that won twice, or one of the people that won twice was like, yeah, I spent like $100 on raffle tickets. And I was like, oh, well, it makes sense that you then won twice. Also in that bag, there was a free box of oodle noodle. Mm-hmm. And there was
just
also
threw a box in there.
Yeah, freshly cooked.
That's pretty good value.
Still warm when you got it.
Yeah.
Delish.
Yep. I was trying to trade mine for some Tokyo glazed double beef. I was on the hunt. Anyways, we also had a coupon for South Island Pie Company. $20 off an order of $60. Also, you can just use the promo code NATION20.
Nation 20.
To get 20%
a
off straight
donair
up.
pie. You will not regret it.
Talked to Jamie at the party on Saturday.
Yep.
You had a great time.
Oh, yes, they did.
My sister and brother-in-law
Yes.
were not at the party. They were actually at the game in Seattle, and they flew back on Sunday, and I met up with them to talk to them about their trip. And they were like, oh, what was in the swag bag? And I was like, oh, this coupon for South Island Pie Co. And they were like, oh, we love them. And they've loved them for like years. And they talked about ordering that website. Oh, so anyways, they love South Island Pie Co. So I gifted them my coupon.
It's very nice of you.
Use the promo code NATION20.
Get yourself 20% off at South Island Pie Co.
I needed a crutch yesterday, so I had a Don't Air Me pie. It was delicious.
Need like comfort food, you mean?
Yeah,
A long weekend. That was my first like kind of weekend off. And as a parent of kids that play hockey and stuff, you never realize how much you use like the reverse math. Do you know what I mean? So my kid's got to practice at 12. He's got to be there by 11:30, which means we got to leave at 11:15, which means he's got to eat by 10:45, which means we got to wake up by and be ready by. And you constantly find yourself doing this reverse math for everything that you do.
I understand.
And my God, was it nice to just not have to do that this weekend. Just go with the flow. But man alive, was I feeling it on Sunday.
That is
Because
fair.
with free time comes boredom. With boredom in my world comes
Drinking.
Tinkering.
cocktails. Cocktails.
That maybe
I
you
also
just
was
fix
not
stuff
feeling
around the
my
house.
freshest yesterday.
I see. You think Chris Chalmers, a man you've now met dozens of times, when he's bored, fixes things around the house.
I mean, I do.
You're surprised to
Yeah,
hear he
but-
drinks instead.
Well, no.
I
But
do,
maybe
I do both.
cocktail and cruise around because I've been doing that a lot recently. Like I've been a little bored on Sundays. Yesterday was not an exception. So I just like wander around my house and I'm like, ooh, I should do that. And I just
Yep.
fix stuff up.
Good
Yeah.
for you. That's very adult.
I was one with the couch for about 8 hours yesterday.
That's less adult.
Well, see, the problem was we went to Japanese Village. Lovely dinner.
Yeah. You
But then
met Coom's son, I heard.
I did.
Yeah.
Very, very nice young man.
Yeah.
Little orange, though.
Well, it's his coloring.
So I had a bottle of sake, and then we started drinking red wine. And at that point in the day, I didn't need it.
No.
I don't know if those mix.
But it went well with the steak.
It went well with the steak. I enjoyed it, but I paid for it the next day.
I don't know if those mix together.
Well,
Red wine and sake?
I mean, that's like a rice wine. With a
Sake
grape
before
wine.
wine, you'll wake up feeling fine. I've never heard a soul
no,
on earth.
there's no rhyme for it.
So if I have to get, like, if you have a weekend like I kind of did, usually on Sunday night, you think, you know what, I'm just going to lay on the couch and do nothing. And if you're like me and you don't feel great on Monday morning, it's still, the hangover proceeds into Monday morning and you find the best thing you can possibly do, as much as you don't want to do it,
Something.
is go get a workout in.
Yep.
We had a men's league hockey game last night. There's nothing more in this world that I wanted to do less than play men's hockey last night.
Sweat it out though.
I went, sweated it out. I woke up this morning and any hangover that I had, any residual effect was gone. I woke up like completely rejuvenated. And I don't know why it took me, like, I know that, but it's so hard to go and do it. Like, to just get up on Sunday and be like, I got to do something. And man, did it make a difference, because it was a good weekend.
That's why I just started wandering around my house too, because trust me, I wanted to just sit on the couch and watch March Madness all day, but I was like, if I get up and just do like two things, I'll get the motivation to do more. And like
11 a.m. F1 race.
I did watch F1. It was great. Woke up. It wasn't crazy early. Watched a little Zoom. Fantastic.
It's
Could've done
always
with
good. It's better if Max starts like in 10th or 12th, because then there's some racing.
I'm sorry, but F1 seems to me like it is in the top two sports of watching on a Sunday that you can nap to. Golf is number one.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball
It's so
is number
soothing.
2.
Baseball's up there.
And
for sure.
soccer is also up there.
Soothing.
Do you see, let's just.
The reason why I'll
Not gonna be
disagree with
all
you on
that
the
hockey.
F1 nap thing,
Yeah.
the announcer is fantastic.
Oh, he's awesome. The start, like he is so good.
He's
To be able
so
to
good.
capture what happens at the start because it is mayhem.
That's the only reason I disagree. Because once he gets going, when there's passes and shit going on, you perk up.
He
instantly.
makes a car going from 18th to 17th place sound like a World Series Grand Slam winning call.
It's just so ridiculous.
Like it means nothing to the race, but he just captures the moment wonderfully.
He's one of my favorite announcers in sports. That guy.
Well, golf, great to nap to. F1, great to nap to. You say baseball, but like
whole
the World
baseball's so
Baseball
easy to
Classic
nap
right
to.
now,
I'll snooze to baseball.
That's not
for
baseball.
there's been some good.
How dare you?
Buck Martinez can
Buddy?
put a man to sleep.
Other
Real
than
baseball is one of an 800 game season that means nothing. and
other
they're on a
than people in the
20-game
United
streak.
States, the World Baseball Classic means so much to these guys.
Everything. The TV numbers
Everything.
are off the charts.
They,
Yeah.
they,
Outside of the U.S.
There was
They
Mexico,
pulled-
Japan pulled in more numbers than the World Series, I think.
yeah, they pulled five
Man, I
guys.
would
All of
have
this
loved to have
information
seen
is brand new
Ohtani
to
play
me.
in the Japanese dome. Or
They
Japan
asked
dome.
5 guys in Puerto Rico
Tokyo Dome, sorry.
what means more to them, a WBC championship or a World Series. 4 of 5 of them said WBC championship, and the last one said they're equal.
Now I
It's
know.
like they're World Juniors.
Except if you're a Mets fan.
Well, 2 got Freddie Freeman went down.
Jose
That's the thing.
Altuve's out for 2 months.
Yeah.
Yep.
Edwin Diaz out for the season.
Oh, they're out of shape.
Guys are saying that it's for a meaningless tournament, but it is not meaningless to these guys. Like it means a lot to
The
them.
winner plays the winner of the World Series for kids, right?
No.
Yeah, the Little League World Series.
For the championship of Earth.
Oh, I'd
right.
love to see Shohei tattoo a couple of 12-year-old balls.
man.
That'd be good baseball. I'd watch baseball if it was adults versus kids.
Yeah. Or give one guy.
You've totally lost your train of thought.
An
You were
aluminum
trying to
bat.
move
So
on.
the kids get to throw from the little league mound.
Yeah.
Because they throw at similar velocity.
If a kid threw a pitch to a Major League Baseball player, it would have enough velocity to hit it out of the stadium?
Actually, the kids are like,
Kids in the little league World Series throwing from the mound that they do because it's shorter distance. It's like some of them get up to like 80.
Really?
Like equivalent.
The equivalent reaction time is
Reaction.
like 9
Oh,
in the
'cause it's
90s.
Yeah,
closer.
90 aerial 90s. Yeah, because they're closer.
I'd say give the kids the juice and then put them against the pros.
Steroid them up.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
aluminum
good ball.
bats.
I'd watch that.
How good would the 5 of us do bench warmer style in the Little League World Series?
Get smoked.
We'd probably get smoked.
Buddy, at 90 miles an hour reaction time,
I could tattoo it.
fuck, sure. Your arm would fall off.
I'd really want the kids to be behind a cage if
I'd
they
hit
were
one off
pitching,
the
though,
handle
because
and
my
start
God,
crying.
imagine the feeling putting one right back at the pitcher. You got to have the cage there.
When I was in grade 6 and played softball, I knew I wasn't a good batter, so it was my aim to take a ball and get to go to first every time.
yeah.
And I always got on
Oh, you were
base.
leaning into him.
The coach was like, okay, if it's a painful way to get a single.
Great OBS.
So I could bring
Is that
that
what it is?
if you need
OBS,
that.
yeah.
Grab check.
OBP.
Do you need a guy to get hit by pitches?
Percentage
Yeah.
OBP.
I still remember my last year, the last game of minor baseball I ever played. We were down by like 3 runs in the last inning. Bottom of the order was kind of coming up. First guy got on, so the 9-hole hitter's about to go on deck. And he's like, I'm not swinging the bat, guys. He's like, I'm getting fucking hit. And we were like, all right, man. And he knew. He was like, I know I'm not getting a hit. I hit 9th on this baseball team. And he stood there and sure as shit, he got drilled in the ribs like pretty hard. And we still lost.
They're like,
Yeah.
stop crowding the plate. It's why
Took
you
one for the
always get
team and it
hits.
didn't
I'm like,
work.
nope, it's underhand softball.
All right, we have some friends joining us from Germany for the back half of the pod, so we're going to step aside quickly. All right, back on episode 463 of the Real Life Podcast. What a week it's been for the nation vacationers from Germany. You guys have watched 3 Edmonton Oilers games already, 2 in person. They are now 3-0 in that span. Tim and Lars joining us on the pod.
Talk about the Oil Kings.
And the Oil Kings. You saw an Oil Kings win as well. So you guys are...
No, they lost 7-2.
Oh, they lost.
Liam said they won.
Liam said they won. We made
That's
a
why
big
I was
deal
like,
of
I
that.
thought they lost, but I wasn't going to correct Liam because he knows things.
Okay, we'll crumble that one out. 3 Oilers wins in 3 games so far. Lars, unbelievable.
Unbelievable, because we were here 2020
Yeah.
and the Oilers played really bad. So we thought about staying for the playoffs too.
They should. We need you.
The
Well, we need
Oilers
you.
might pay for you to stay for the playoffs with the success rate that's been converting so far, but that's
And
just
big wins. Big win against Dallas.
Very Yeah.
big wins. Yeah.
Big win against Seattle.
hopefully they finish it off tonight against San Jose and you head home a perfect 4-0. But I want to recap sort of the trip a little bit because, again, you guys are heading back in the next 24-ish hours here. How much fun have you been having in Edmonton? Second time here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an amazing time because we met so much nice people, the players, especially the Devin Shore story. I personally take really much feelings, emotions back to Germany this time, much more than 2020.
So for some context, Lars, first thing he does when he gets to Edmonton is he goes and buys a game-worn Devin Shore jersey. So then we go first game. They get to meet Liam Draisaitl. It was a super cool experience for me just to watch them meet. I'm sure for you guys it was awesome. But Lars sends a DM to Devin Shore.
Yes.
And says, "Hey, Devin, I'm Lars from Germany. I'm a fan. I would love to meet you. I bought your jersey," essentially, right?
Yes.
And he's like, "Sure thing. I'll come meet you after the game." Just like that.
Yes.
And game ends against Dallas. And we're sitting there waiting. And then all of a sudden, Devin Shore DMs Lars saying, "I'll be out in 15 minutes. Meet me by the bench." And sure as shit, Devin Shore pops out from under the tunnel. And then you guys, everyone saw the videos we posted.
Yeah.
They had this Devin Shore chant, which was unbelievable. And they start singing it for him. And Devin Shore was like floored. Like so happy to hear that. He's like, "I've never had my name chanted like that before." And then I'll let you guys fill in the details, but I wanted to set the stage for everyone.
Yeah. What was it like meeting him?
He shook everyone's hand. It was like the first impressive thing. He went there. There were like 25 people, and he was shaking everyone's hand because he was so happy that we all stayed for him. So that was really cool, and really liked the song. We never stopped singing it. So, like it's always in our ear right now, and it's so funny. Yeah.
And the next day after we met in the morning, I get a text message from him. And he said, "Thank you." And he was very, very great guy.
Oh, that's
at
awesome.
This night.
And the next few messages was just them like thanking each other for like the experience and everything.
Yeah, super cool. So Devin Shore is a class act.
Yes.
Depth guy, glue guy. You know, we know, like we've seen that he brings a lot of fun and stuff to the dressing room, but just to see how he is and how he interacts with community members is just amazing. So super cool story. And I believe Lars now is a proud owner of some Devin Shore gloves.
Yes, today.
You went and bought the Devin Shore gloves?
Yes. I saw them the whole week, and today it's the last time we were in the store today. I went out and thought 10 minutes and then, damn, I need them. So I bought them.
As Chris Chalmers, one of the other co-hosts on this show, would say, never let money stand in the way of a good time. And those Devin Shore gloves, I'm sure will be a good time.
That's the statement he said to have that lady come join us in. That's the one.
That's what it was. That's really cool. But like Jay kind of said, that's part of the reason. Like he's a glue guy. He goes up and down.
Yes.
He's a true team above all kind of player.
Yeah. And for me, I think the bottom six is important, very important in a team. Everybody's cheering for Draisaitl, McDavid, and these guys are always in the back. But I think we have the best bottom six since years. So if you want to win the cup, you need them. So. And I remember the part in Calgary after winning the game.
Yeah.
McDavid goes to the dressing room and he freaks out.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, McDavid's talked a bunch of times about Devin Shore's his card playing partner on the plane and all of that stuff. So yeah, it is really cool. And it's great to see Devin Shore now finding kind of a regular spot in the lineup when you're right.
But deserved, right? He's been playing great lately.
Ever since he switched to number 19, he is a totally new player. We spent the first half of this podcast recapping Saturday and the Nation Party. What I love about you guys in your group is you closed down the Pint on Friday night and were there until Lord knows what hour. And then you are back there at noon the next day for the Oilers Nation Party. What did you think of the party at the Pint and having that place with 170 Oilers fans in it?
We had a watch party planned at the last time in 2020.
Yeah.
And we were like, that was not a good day because it was a day like the whole Rudy Gobert thing happened.
Yeah.
And the ambience was not really good there at the watch party. But this time the watch party was really like how we expect the Canadian watch party to be. So we really liked it. And like the Pint is such a cool place for us because like, I said it like to Rick, for example, like we have bars, we have clubs, but we don't have the Pint where everything comes together and where you can watch sports. Like we have all of the things the Pint has separate, but not all in one. So it was a really cool place to celebrate hockey and Oilers Nation in.
It's the concept of the pub club.
pub club
that we love here in Canada.
Yeah, we don't have that. Especially not with like sports playing. Like people who have a bar, they are really separate to people who have a sports bar. So
yeah, that's awesome. I had a very good time on that Saturday as well.
I think I was in there for 15 hours. So.
I was going to say, like, because you guys were back there, you were there, you almost closed the place down again. Like, 15 hours straight in the Pint. And I joked before you guys came on the pod, like, feeling a little tired today. Hey, it's been quite the 6-7 day run for you guys.
Yeah. Yes, completely tired today. But enthusiasm is bringing everything in the right way. So we enjoy our last day tonight, the game tonight,
and then we have an overnight flight, so we can lay back and sleep.
Oh, and you'll just crash and sleep.
Oh,
that'll be good.
That is good. Lars, I wanted to talk with you specifically about something, and I'm going to grab the CD out from behind me because on Thursday's episode of the pod, we opened up with a song called Join the Nation. Yeah. And you are the one behind it as well. So take us through writing that song.
So it's me and two other guys.
Yeah.
The band founded in the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
It's like a kind of industrial music that starts in the end of the 80s. Yeah. It's called electronic body music. It's something special. I think too much people didn't know the kind of music. In Germany, it was very popular in the early 90s. It swept over from Belgium to Germany. I don't know if you know the bands like Front 242, that they were very famous, played a world tour together with Depeche Mode.
Okay.
And we did the music since the early 90s with a little break. And I started doing goal songs for Oilersnation DE.
Okay.
For the players. And then I asked my friend, he's not interested in hockey. So I asked him, what do you think about doing a song about the hockey community? For me, it's important. Yeah. And he said, okay, let's go. And it was our playoff song for the last season.
Yeah, it'll be our playoff song again this season.
Yeah, it will. It is, and like I said, anyone listening to the pod today got a good 30 to 45 second listen of it to kick off the last episode of the pod. But if you want to find it again on YouTube, Join the Nation Orange Sector is how you can find it. And now we have a nice autographed CD that I keep up behind me for all the live shows as well.
Yeah. But I'm interested in what were you thinking as you listen to this kind of music?
To be honest, it's exactly what I hoped it was going to sound like.
Okay.
Cause like, I thought it was going to be that like deep, like, and I'm going to use terrible terms, but just like German underground, like sound, like that's what I was hoping when I heard you were making the song. So when I heard it, I'm like, this is exactly what I was hoping it was going to be.
Okay.
Cause it's awesome.
I can't get the CD.
Yeah, Tyler, I hope we're recording that because that was funny to watch.
Yeah, we actually do have all that recorded, so that is not one of my better moments. But yeah, like I mean, it's not the style of music I'm used to, but because I know it has that connection to Oilers Nation, and because I know how crazy you guys are about the Oilers and like the reason behind why that song was made, I love it. It's amazing, and I think that's just so great too. Like I was with my family last night having dinner, and I was just telling them about you guys, and it's like unbelievable to tell people. It's like, yeah, it's a group of Oilers fans from Germany who just love this team so much. Oilersnation.de, everything that goes into it. Like we're sitting here hearing about the great time you guys had, but also from like our perspective, it's a thrill for us to see you guys coming here and living it up the way you are in our city. I just think it's so cool that you guys got to come out here and the games all broke your way with the Oilers winning, and like the party was a good time. Just all of it. You guys being here is such a good time for us too.
Oh yeah.
It makes a random week in March feel like a holiday for us.
Well, and I've been saying like, I yes, it's fun to live like through their eyes and the energy and the excitement behind it. But I don't get the access that these guys do. So for me, it's like I get to live Edmonton on a completely different level. Cause like, oh yeah, of course, here's Leon Draisaitl. Oh, of course, here's Devin Shore. Oh, of course the Grey Cup's going to show up at the Pint. Like all these hilarious things and experiences I don't get to experience. And I live here because you guys are here. So it's like I said, it's funny how it all comes together and how it's working out for everyone.
Yeah, and it's really nice because like we guys are closer, the Oilersnation DE guys, we are like really close friends right now. We we barely met each other like on the airport last time we came here.
Yeah.
So, and we know you guys a little bit better. So for us, it's also really cool, like to experience that with our friends.
Because you guys, as like the leaders of Oilers Nation D, are like you're scattered across Germany, but you guys will get together every once in a while for like your own watch party and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is super cool.
We're doing a big playoff party at my home this year.
Awesome.
My mother already said, they should come over.
If anyone can read German, I highly recommend checking out Oilersnation.de.
Or maybe you want to learn German and this is a way to do it.
Exactly. It's the bridge. It's the Rosetta Stone.
It is. Eventually, if you're reading hockey articles, you'll piece together what things mean.
Yeah. Maybe that's how I learned German.
Playoff parties and all of that. It's going to be a good next couple of months, hopefully, for this team as well. So hopefully you guys get to enjoy that when you head back. So I guess just before we wrap up, you had the Devin Shore stuff, which is obviously a top memory for you. Tim, is there like one moment of this trip that kind of like sits above everything else for you?
At a party at a Pint, the Oilersnation.de party, the Oilersnation.com.
It was a .com and a .de party. Don't worry.
I'm going through the pictures all day yesterday, and I was like, it was just a great time, and everyone was like so happy, and I love seeing people smile. So it was really a nice party.
Oh, that was good. What about predictions for tonight? We're playing the San Jose Sharks.
McDavid
Eric Carlson.
60? That's the last thing we got to check off your guys' list.
Yeah, McDavid 60 is the thing that we want to check off. I want to throw a heady head once.
Oh, well, he only, he needs 2 tonight. So let's make it 3.
Get the
because I also want him to, I want him to just pierce through 60 and get to 70.
I want him to get 70 so bad.
So bad.
Yeah. Hopefully that comes.
Because you know who doesn't have 70? Austin.
Also, no one since like the 90s. So
yeah,
it'd be something if he could hit 70 this year. Hopefully he gets to 60 tonight for the game. Guys, thanks for stopping by and doing the pod with us.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. Good chat with our German friends. I also like that a couple of them took the time to head out to Jasper. Check out our friends at Tourism Jasper there. The temperatures are warming up, but that means you get a chance to take on an elite combo, which is skiing with not a lot of layers, drinks on the patio after, in the sun. The escape card is still available for half-price lift tickets, so check out our friends at Tourism Jasper. Shout out to South Island Pico and AMA Travel as well. AMA Travel did a great job helping bring our friends here from Germany. Can't wait to do more stuff with them in the coming years. I started over that one pretty awkwardly. Anyways, that's a wrap on this week's edition of the show. We will be back on Thursday. Chat with you then.